Hi, everybody. Welcome to December's MyPath MiniCast, where you can find about all things Pathfinder related. I am your host, Tanisha Waddell Pyle, Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for MyPath. And this is my co-host, John Soderberg, MyPath's Business Development Director, and MyPath's Pathfinder LGBTQ+ Chair. So, John, I'll let you take it away to share what the awareness highlights are for the month of December.
For sure. So yes, hi everybody. We are on the month of December. I am still a little woolly from Movember and no shave November, but I will be trimming it down eventually. But for December, firstly, the month is Universal Human Rights Month, which is about standing up for the rights and dignity of all people. Mm-hmm. So that is the entire month of December. And then you roll into December 3rd, which is International Day of Persons with Disabilities Day, which aims to promote understanding of disability issues and raise and increase that visibility and awareness of individuals with disabilities. And then we run into holiday season.
Holidays.
So we start with December 21st, which will mark winter solstice and the beginning of Yule for all of our owners in the pagan community. Mm-hmm. And for people that don't know, Yule is actually 12 days. It's 12 days of Yuletide. So it just starts on the 21st. And then, of course, on the 25th, we have Christmas, followed by the 26th is Kwanzaa begins. And Kwanzaa is a week-long celebration, ending the month of December with New Year's Eve, and which is a great time for everybody, hopefully, and a safe time. So that is our highlights for the month of December.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John, for sharing. There's lots to celebrate, and as we build towards ushering in 2022, I cannot believe that we are about to be in 2022. This went by so fast, so wow. All right, so last month was a big month. Our Race and Ethnicity Pathfinder group opened up to all MyPath owners. So that was really exciting. That was the second of our groups, of our only 2 existing groups right now, to open up to all owners. So REP, along with the LGBTQ+ Pathfinder groups, are our 2 current only groups that we have right now. And they are the longest running because they're the only ones that have been around since October of 2020. Yeah, 2020. I was about to say 2021, but this is 2021. So group to date. So this is really exciting that we have an opportunity to be able to share the experiences and everything with all of these groups. So we're really excited about that. And REP, what they do, REP is kind of the acronym that we use for that, race and ethnicity. They're here to help uplift and amplify the voices, the visibility, and the experience of anyone falling in the spectrum of Black, Indigenous, and persons of color. And it's a center of learning and belonging, and for business impact for owners and with shared characteristics as well as allies. That's really important to make sure that we bring our allies into these experiences to lean into all this heavy work with us. So REP had existing members attend, and we also had a lot of new members attend. So it was super exciting to see that as well. Our REP leadership, again, that's Race and Ethnicity Pathfinder leadership team of Rochelle McCray Anderson of Pryor Willie Homes, therapist there. Katie Swank Watt from GLS, she's the admissions director. And also the executive sponsor of the REP group is Terry Leahy, our CEO and president. So they were all there to kind of help facilitate and host a meeting, and it went really, really well. They led the meeting in providing education on allyship and recognizing the difference between equity, inclusion, and diversity, and even defined what race and ethnicity is. So they also discussed Native American history and highlighted that there is a large Native American population in northern Wisconsin. So that was a nice little fun fact that they were able to share with the group. They also shared demographic breakdowns about Indiana and Wisconsin, and we also discussed the demographics of our MyPath company. So the floor at that time, we opened it up for a very robust and engaging conversation about what MyPath needs, where MyPath needs to go, some challenges that people are experiencing from across the spectrum, and what they would like to see the group achieve. So it was a lot of great energy, a lot of great synergy to really talk about and engage things all race and ethnicity related for MyPath. So it was just really awesome. It was really cool. We even had our LGBTQ+ leader there because we want to make sure that we do intersectionality within these groups. We want to make sure that we connect across the groups to make sure that we all are aware and can all stay engaged, because for that common goal of making sure that we empower people within MyPath. So beautiful, beautiful thing. Again, lots of conversation. And guess what? This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. We're right at the end of 2021. So we really have a lot to look forward to from REP and all of our Pathfinder groups to come. Like I said, right now we have race and ethnicity and LGBTQ+, but in 2022, we'll be rolling out 6 more. So stay tuned for that and all of the things that all of these groups will be able to do awesomely for our MyPath ecosystem. So that's what we have.
Yeah, and it was a really great meeting, right? It was great to see everybody there, to be present. We are creating a lot of really great synergy between the Pathfinder groups and each other. One of the things that we've talked about tackling is the concept of allies and allyship. And spoiler alert, but ally is a verb, so it requires an action. So we've talked about how we're going to be working on promoting a program for allyship and kind of educating individuals and helping them get skilled up on what allyship looks like and what they can do. And we're going to work with that as a group, because we have a lot of people that want to be allies, but sometimes you just don't know what that means and you don't know how to take action. We've also learned in between these meetings, so we've had 3 total all MyPath Pathfinders meetings. We've had 2 LGBTQ+, and we've had the 1 rep meeting so far. But we wanted to maybe bust some myths that we've heard between these meetings. One of which is people thinking it's just a training, right?
Right.
So I don't feel I need a training on this, or I don't have time to get training. And I want to be clear that education is absolutely always going to be a part of these meetings, right? We have to realize that everybody that's coming to these meetings are coming from different backgrounds, different levels of experience, different levels of exposure. So some people are going to be very well versed, live in that community, and other people are looking to learn more about it or how to be an ally or how to support individuals. So we want to make sure education is always a component, but the bread and butter of the meeting is about owners being able to have a voice in these critical issues and how they interface and impact our workspace and with each other. So I think of those 3 meetings we've had, and Tanisha and I've had a lot of talks about great things that have happened since then, or conversations that have come up. So we just want to highlight some of the things that have come up so that people are aware we want your voice at the table. So like one of the big things we've been tackling this last month is working on a procedure for preferred names, right? So we realize that there is a gap in our ability to ensure that individuals can be inward and externally facing documentation utilizing a preferred name. So given an example, right? Like my name is John, but maybe I'm known by my middle name, which is Edwin, but everything that we do has me as John, but nobody ever calls me that. And so I really want people to know that my name is Edwin. For our owners that are transgender, this is vitally important, especially since they may have a name that's their legal name that is a misgendered name for them. So Tanisha has really spearheaded tackling a procedure on this to get this out so that we have this done right off the bat. We've been working with Christy Church, who is working with our recruiters and she has great insight that she wants this to be something that we're doing right at that moment of recruitment, so that when somebody comes in day 1, it is present, it is there, they are known by their name. And then we'll figure out how we're gonna work for current owners, right? So that we can get those changes made. So we have that. We've talked about MyPath has done a tremendous amount of work with our healthcare provider to work on including some inclusive care for LGBTQ+ individuals. So we sort of highlighted the work that's happening there. There's more to come in 2022 on that, but it's vitally important because individuals in the LGBTQ+ community can face a lot of discrimination in the healthcare industry and world. They can struggle to navigate some of those things, find providers that are supportive, find providers that can provide the appropriate supports for transition, appropriate mental health supports. So MyPath is already working on that. That's already something that's in motion. So we want to make sure that info's out. And then also going to the work being done on inclusive language in job applications and job postings. Again, I will always tout Tanisha's horn. Her critical eye at looking at the way we are posting information or trying to recruit individuals and how the tone that it utilizes, that's not necessarily inclusive, right? So we've got work to be done there. And then also, great idea came up with from Kim Savage from Prader Willie Homes, who is a member of the group and has been joining us, about creating partnerships with community organizations that represent these diverse groups, right? So if we're doing all this great work, we're going to have inclusive care, we're going to have work, we have benefits for same-sex couples, then we need to make sure that organizations and pride organizations know that information so that as they have individuals that are looking for employment and will be looking for places that believe in that, they know to contact us.
Right.
And there's groups for all different types of groups that we're going to be having in our owners. And so we've really talked about that. And that's just in three meetings. And so we know there's more work to be done. And we want to be just very clear. We need your voices. If these are those issues that you want, or these are the gaps that you're seeing, we have just seen tremendous amounts of getting diverse people of thought together already to steer the course of MyPath just for the better.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely for the better. So like you said, if there's things that you want to see happen in MyPath, being a part of these owner resource groups are ways to do it, whether it's procedure, practices, policies, you name it. The things that really change the system and the way that we do things within MyPath is what these groups are for. And we can't do it without you. So it's really important that we have owners come to the table to use their voice, to listen in, to provide suggestions, to provide feedback, to be able to really drive that impact and that change for inclusiveness and belonging at MyPath. So that's what we have thus far as what happened this past month. And like I said, within the past 3 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
a
a lot.
lot of tremendous work. So if we're already doing this in just 3 months, imagine what we can do moving forward. So we're super excited about that. The next time we guys will see you in closing will be in January in the new year. Again, I'm blown, cannot believe that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you on the next MyPath MiniCast. So bye.
thank you guys.